How have you accomplished so much if these games literally consumed your life? Genuinely curious. It seems amazing to me. I have no idea. I actually started. So the answer is, actually, it's a great question. And you said you're genuinely curious, so I'll answer it like seriously. So I started being successful really late in life. Like my early life was really bad. I basically just played games like 20 hours a day and did nothing and didn't talk to anybody. It was super antisocial. The reason why I became the person that I am is because I started reading self-development books during loading times or like during downtime in Eve and during loading times in like EverQuest and Dark Age of Camelot and stuff. When we were like waiting for like Realm Wars and stuff, I would just read self-improvement books because like a small part of me knew that I needed to do something. And so like I started with all like the really like classic stuff, like How to Win Friends and like Influence People and like Tony Robbins books and Wayne Dyer books and all that stuff. And then I kept reading them until I like realized that I had read like over 700 books like at that point. And I was like, wow, I actually know a lot of stuff about like business and self-improvement. I should like do something. And so I like that was when I started a few companies and like I started selling products and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I just grew myself to the point where I knew I could do stuff, but I started like really late in life. Like all my accomplishments come in like my late 20s, right? So and before that, I was just playing games constantly. It's crazy the education you can get from books and now the web. Yeah, I mean, I literally learned how to be a C-level marketer from just taking courses on marketing. Game and Air is like super, right? Well, I had been involved in selling companies from an early age. My first company that I worked on it wasn't really a company. It was I sold a lot of people in the old chat, a lot of people in my chat know this. I sold these like kind of shitty ebooks. So like if you have these like this old web copy that's like, here you go. I would do stuff like this. And I would have like the big red letters that were like, these things. How a juvenile misfit who got kicked out of school became a millionaire by age 26 and earned $549,079. And like this, if you know anything about coffee, like, oh God, all this stuff is targeted, right? This exact number is targeted because they don't want to give you 549,000. They want to give you a specific number because they want you to believe the number, even though the number isn't true. They want you to believe the number and 40 cents, right? Because it sounds much more authentic than $550,000. Millionaire by age 26 and highlighted very intentional, right? They A/B tested that to make sure that this was like this is like the right thing to say. Age 26 is a specifically chosen number. They show like an example of the check. This is the stuff I wrote all the time. So when I started in like day one of like Google AdWords where I would pay doctors like $500 to write a page or two in my medical book. So what I would do is I'd write like a 40 to 50 page book and I would go to the library and I would research something about like one of my big ones was like knee pain. I did one on bronchitis too. So like for bronchitis, for example, I found out that there was this remedy called silver chloride that you could use to get rid of bronchitis and it worked for a lot of people and a doctor backed it up. So I had the doctor write 2 pages in my 50-page book and then I gave a bunch of cures for chronic bronchitis. Then I put it up on a 1-page website, and I offered the book as a digital download for $20. I put the doctor's picture on top of it because the deal was the doctor would get 1% of or 2% of every sale of the book, and then he would also get $500 flat dollars. But I'd have to take a picture of him in his white coat because that's authentic, right? You get a doctor in a white coat, and it would say recommended by Dr. Whatever, and he would write 2 pages in the book. Then I would write the other 48 pages, which are just like random stuff that I researched from the library. And I would put this up for digital download behind a paywall of like $20, and I'd offer 100% money back guarantee. And then I would run on AdWords, and I would know, okay, well, it's cost me X money to acquire a customer, right? Which would be something like anywhere between like $8 to $10. And I'm making $10 off a digital download with no overhead. So I literally just printed money. Every website made like $6,000 to $10,000 a month, and I just sat there and played EverQuest the whole time. And I had like 20 of them. It was great. And then Google was like, you know what? This is shit content. And I was like, wait, no, it's good content. And they're like, no, this isn't helping anybody at all. And then they sent me to the shadow realm when my business died because Google basically like decided that that kind of content shouldn't be served to their customers because it was just like baiting people into buying shit. And now you have to have good content, I guess, to go on Google, blah blah blah. So that was my first business, and I was playing games through that. I didn't do anything for a while after that, but I learned so much about marketing from that because I was making so much money, right? And I was balling, dude. I was in this is like my first year in college, so like I was a business student. All these other business students are coming. They're like, "What is entrepreneurship?" Like I'm rolling in like $50,000 a month, like just like killing everything. And then like I was like just balling super hard and just doing whatever. And then I was like, damn, I know a lot about marketing, so I was investing a lot of money back into marketing because I was so fascinated by Google AdWords, like how it works and things like that. So I spent like $25,000 or it was like, yeah, like $25,000 on like stuff like Dan Kennedy courses, Jay Abram courses, mentorship from those guys, stuff like that. And did like one-on-one sessions and stuff like that. And that's how I learned everything about marketing that I know. And then once I did that, I started a marketing company and I did like print and digital marketing for people. But that was lower margin than just building product. So I sold that. And then I got into doing IT services and just outsourcing it. This is more because I was lazy than anything. I was like doing like IT services and stuff for people, like fixing computers for grandmas and stuff. I needed to do something. And I was hiring people to do that. And then and then I started streaming because I realized that I had come that far as like a gamer that had played so many games, but like I could do it. And I knew that I was just like, I wasn't special. Like I was exactly the same as like everybody else that's like playing games for like 16 hours a day. So I started to stream originally because I wanted to talk to people about how to just be a gamer, but also be successful. And then I did that. And then the rest is history. You know, I joined esports and blah, blah, blah. So Dignitas, CLG. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of fun. Most of the projects I do now and the projects that I've done for the last like 5 years have just been passion projects. I like streaming is literally the worst ROI I can possibly do with some of my knowledge. And I know it sounds like really pretentious, but it seriously is. I make no money streaming. It's like people barely sub, don't donate, stuff like that. It's fine. Like totally okay. But there's just no ROI in streaming for the amount of time it takes. Last week I streamed 36 hours. So basically a full-time job, and I probably made like not a lot. Versus in 36 hours, I could set up like 2 Kindle ebooks, and I could make like $2,000 a month passively, no problem, off both of those. Or a Udemy course. I mean, any number of things. So it's not about making money; it's about sending a message. The thing is that not many people like. I could also make a ton of money on Twitch if I catered to like the. I was doing that for a little while just to see what would happen. I got a bunch of like top clips on Livestream Fail and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I get it. Like I can be train wrecks. This is something I can do. And I'm like, do I want to do that? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I'll just be like who I am. And then that appeals to a certain small percentage of people who like talks like this and stuff like that. And then, yeah, people like most people won't watch it. People that do will get a lot out of it. That's fine.